Good morning, guys. Getting a very late start to the video this morning. Got up with the family and yeah, just didn't do anything. Didn't get enough sleep last night, so I was not feeling up to it. So I went right back to bed and feel much better now. But it's about 11:15. I'm up, I'm showered, I'm ready to start the day. Had my morning meeting and I've been dealing with some stuff as a result of that. But other than that, fairly uneventful day. I'm just getting ready to have some lunch, but I just had a very bad but potentially amazing idea. You guys know I've been using this room. I've been trying to, make it fit. But this is not a very big room, and I've got a lot of stuff okay, this is a very big room, but this is not a very big room as far as VR goes. And I've been trying to fit a massive amount of stuff in here. As you can see, this just pile of stuff over here, and still trying to have a big open floor space for playing in the VR world. The problem with that is obviously things like the treadmill desk, which aren't going to be going away unless I sell it and buy a new smaller one. Big desks in the background, things like that. But, and Christina's going to hate this room has a massive amount of space in here. Look how big the floor space is. All I'd have to do is move the swing out of the way, move a couple of Ellis's toys, and this whole big open area. It's like 10 by 10 or 9 by 9 or something. And I thought about that before, but the problem was, well, where am I going to put it? I'm going to have a keyboard and a mouse and a monitor and everything. And then it just now, like literally just the second, hit me that that's got HDMI input on it. So I could hook my computer out to it using HDMI, have a wireless keyboard and mouse, and just have the computer hidden over there behind all that. So I'd have the base station probably over here, and another one probably sitting on this cabinet or beside it or something. And this whole room could become the VR space. Again, Christina's gonna hate that, but that would put all the headset and controllers and everything over there with the TV, so it would just be like another game system. That might actually work out. We've used that space for the Microsoft Kinect before and for the Wii and stuff like that, so there's really no reason why it shouldn't be useful as a VR space. The only downside to this is I would have to actually take my desktop, my proper desktop, the one that I use as my everyday machine, and move it in there. Which would mean probably moving my primary desktop back to the older machine, the old gaming machine that I was using, which is just powered off at the moment. Maybe I need to power it up and see if it's VR compatible, because if I could do it that way, have the older machine sit in there with a nicer graphics card in it, the last few days have basically been me obsessing over what to do as far as VR is concerned. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to figure something out, and that is probably going to be my best bet without having to completely demolish this entire office and start from scratch. Okay, Christina's probably gonna hate it, but VR tracking thing, and my PC is behind the TV. Can't actually even see it. Well, you can kind of see it from here if you're really looking for it, but it's mostly inconspicuous. And then Vive in the middle of the floor. Now it's just a matter of getting the room mapped out appropriately, testing it. This might work out a lot better, and this took no work to make it happen other than just putting my primary desktop in here. Oh well. It says I have a play area in here of 3.1 meters by 2.2 meters. That is much more like it. And actually that's without moving the table here. If I moved the table back, if I just pushed it back, I'd have even more space. Yeah, move the table back and did it again, 3.1 by 2.9. So that is a really large area. Unfortunately, it told me ahead of time that my base stations are too far apart, so I may have to do some moving around of them. This one, for example, I might be able to move over here closer to the couch. I just didn't want to put it too close because I figured Christina normally sits right here and she's going to hate having this in here to begin with. I guess the worst case scenario is if I like it in here, I could technically use the wall mounts and just stick it up on the wall. And the same with that one. Once we establish this is a thing that's going to happen, they could both technically just be mounted up on the wall to get rid of all the lighting stands. But I wanted to get it in here and try it out, let the family see it, let friends see it. It's not something that I'm going to set up and put down every single time I want to use the Vive. Okay, yeah, that was ridiculously cool. It looks like my hair is completely a mess, but whatever. So I've been sitting here with it running on the desktop, and I've got, I switched out my pair of headphones for a proper pair of headphones. The little earbuds they included they didn't stay in my ears very well, so not going to work for me. But over-ear headphones work just fine. I think the in-ear ones were a little bit more immersive, just because it felt like the sound was coming from inside your ear. But I played through a little bit of the lab. There's a bunch of different little mini games in there, lots of fun in there. I found out I was actually able to go over to my desktop. There's just a desktop button. So I was able to go in there and read through emails and watch YouTube videos and stuff. This thing is so cool. Of course, I'm sweating now and gotta get back to work, but still, definitely worth a try. And we've got Duncan and we're on the road. Normally we'd be going to get Ellis, but we're leaving a little bit earlier. We both have to get some haircuts today. Right after Duncan got off the bus, I showed him the Vive and hooked it all up and turned everything on and introduced him to a couple of the games, and he said it was awesome. Was it awesome? Cool. And he wants to try to play it. That could actually turn into an interesting video, I think, if I can figure out the capture process. Duncan says he wants a faux hawk, right? No? Don't know what you want? And we're all done. Haircuts achieved. You feel better, Duncan?
Yeah.
Got nice short hair now. Mine's nowhere near as short as it was last time. Now we gotta go get Ellis. And the second little boy is retrieved. He was having a bottle when we got there and just smiling and happy. Time to get him home, have a little bit of dinner. And we're all home and it is dinner time. Hello, everybody. We had a little drama with this one once we got home because he got all choked up and exploded everywhere. But time for some food. Having some nice looking pork chops and healthy broccoli and corn. Yeah. So apparently his little explosion earlier may not have been a fluke. Christina was saying there's a little boy at his daycare that may have had a stomach bug and he has already exploded one more time. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on him. If he asks for a bottle later, we'll give him a bottle or food or whatever he wants. We're going to make sure he does not get dehydrated. Most important. And we're getting pretty late into the evening already. It's well after 10 o'clock. Sitting here with the little one. He has slept the entire evening. What are you doing? You got your bib in your face. Whatever. But we finally got him to wake up and he's been still fighting with it. He just wants to sleep. He feels bad, so we're kind of letting him in and out. And unfortunately, I'm sitting here with a desktop that's not wanting to work, which is great. Christina and I went back and forth a little bit about having the Vive machine in there. I don't think she cares so much that there's a desktop in there because it's hidden. It's the big trackers that are up on the wall. So I may do some moving around of those maybe sometime this weekend. My dad is usually big on doing some sort of housework, DIY type stuff while he's here, so we may get together and mount those this weekend just to get the stands out of there, which is fine. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can fix this desktop because it's literally still just sitting here not doing anything. Well, it is already 11:40. I've got Ellis to bed. As you can see, the desktop is up again behind me. I've been sitting here working on it pretty much this whole time while feeding him and getting him ready for bed, getting him to sleep. Still has some major problems, some major issues, and I have no idea what's going on. Basically, anytime I'm using it, if I'm watching a video, for example, and I go to another window and start doing something, every now and again things will freeze and the audio will stutter and the mouse will stop moving and it makes a loud buzzing sound when it does that. And I've looked around online and that's apparently a really common problem with Windows 10 and Realtek audio chips. So maybe I need to look around. I know I've got a sound card around here somewhere. Maybe I can swap out for that. Realistically, as long as it's getting the job done, I'm not even going to worry that much about it. This is my older desktop, so I'm just not that concerned at this point, and I've been using the Mac for the grand majority of things anyway. And you know what? I'm just absolutely wiped out. There's so many videos that I need to be working on, and I didn't even have time to do it. With a sick baby, there's no way I was going to take away from that. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for today. I'm going to go ahead and get this vlog edited and uploaded. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family, and we will see you again tomorrow.